I want to tell you the longest, strangest, and most life-changing month of my life. It started on a Tuesday in October when my phone rang with a number I didn't know. Mr. Alexander Cole? This is Harrison and Partners Law Firm. Your father, Mr. Victor Cole, passed away 3 weeks ago in Switzerland. We need you in Geneva this week. There's an inheritance to discuss. My father. I hadn't seen or spoken to Victor Cole since I was 6 years old. He left my mom for his secretary, moved to Europe, started a new family, and never looked back. The only thing he ever sent me was a yearly Christmas card with a $100 bill and no signature. I almost hung up. I almost deleted the voicemail. But something inside me whispered, go. Just once. See what he left you. Or didn't. So I flew to Geneva. The lawyer's office looked like a museum. Marble floors, old paintings. Silence so thick you could hear your heartbeat. Mr. Harrison, a man with the saddest eyes I've ever seen, slid a folder across the table. Your father was one of the wealthiest private investors in Europe. The liquid portion of the estate after taxes is $42 million US. It is yours unconditionally. I stopped breathing. 42 million. I was 28, renting a one-bedroom in Seattle, eating instant noodles, and driving a 2009 Honda with 240,000 miles. I laughed, then I cried. Then I laughed again. Mr. Harrison waited patiently. Then he opened a second folder. There's one more thing. He turned it around. A photograph. A boy. Maybe 19 or 20. Dark hair. My jawline. My mother's eyes. This is Luca Victor Cole, your half-brother. Born 2005. Raised in Lugano, Switzerland. Your father's only other child. I stared at the photo for what felt like hours. I had a brother. An actual brother. And I never knew. Mr. Harrison continued, voice softer now. Your father wrote 2 letters. One for you. One for Luca. He asked that they be read together, in person, at the family villa on Lake Lugano. He wanted you to meet before any money changed hands. I flew to Lugano that same afternoon. The villa was unreal. White stone, infinity pool looking over the Alps. Private dock with 2 boats that probably cost more than every house on my old street combined. A woman in her late 40s opened the door. Elena, Luca's mother, my father's second wife. She looked at me like she was staring at a ghost. You look exactly like him when he was young, she whispered. Then she stepped aside. And there he was, Luca, tall, shy smile. Same nervous habit of pushing hair behind his left ear that I've had since childhood. We just stood there for 10 seconds, staring. Then he said, in perfect English with a soft Italian accent, "Hi, I think you're my brother." I laughed. He laughed. We hugged like we were 5 and had been separated at recess. That night we sat on the terrace with the 2 sealed letters between us. Luca opened his first. He read it silently. His face went white, then he handed it to me. Luca, if you're reading this, I failed you more than I ever feared. You have been the greatest joy of my life. But I was never brave enough to be the father you deserved. I was ashamed. Ashamed that I left another little boy across the ocean exactly the way my own father left me. I thought money would fix everything. I was wrong. There is $42 million waiting in Geneva. Half is yours. Half belongs to your brother Alexander, who I abandoned when he was 6. I have no right to ask anything of you. But if you can find it in your heart to meet him, to share one meal, one conversation, then maybe, just maybe, I can die knowing I gave you both something I never had, a brother. Forgive me. Or don't, but please, don't let him be alone with my mistakes the way I was. Your father, Victor. I couldn't read my own letter. My hands were shaking too hard. Luca took it, opened it, and read it aloud. Alexander, you will hate me, and you should. I left you and your mother because I was a coward who believed money and distance could erase guilt. They can't. I watched you from afar. I saw you graduate high school with honors. I saw you work 3 jobs to put yourself through college. I saw you become a man I could never be. I am proud of you, and I am ashamed. There is $42 million waiting. Half is yours by right. Half belongs to Luca, the son I raised but never truly knew. I have one dying wish. That you meet him. That you let him into your life. Because family is the only thing I ever got right. And the only thing I destroyed twice. If you can forgive him for having the father I stole from you, then maybe the universe will forgive me. Your father, Victor. We sat in silence until the sun came up. Then Luca spoke first. I grew up with everything, except a brother. I always felt something was missing. Turns out it was you? I laughed through tears. I grew up with nothing. Except the dream that maybe one day I'd have a brother. We decided something that morning. We took the entire $42 million and split it 3 ways. 1/3 for me. 1/3 for Luca. 1/3 into a foundation called Second Chances. We travel the world now, finding kids who grew up without fathers, without brothers, without safety nets. And we give them what our father never gave either of us: a family, a chance, a brother. Every year on the anniversary of that day in Lugano, Luca and I go back to the villa, sit on the same terrace, and read the letters again. Then we burn a copy of each letter in the fireplace, because we decided forgiveness doesn't mean forgetting. It means choosing to write a better ending. So whoever you are listening to this, if there's someone you need to call, someone you need to forgive, someone you need to find, do it. Because sometimes the greatest inheritance isn't money. It's the brother you never knew you had, waiting on the other side of the world, holding half of a broken story that only you can make whole. Comment, family is everything, if this hit you. And tag someone who needs to hear this today. I love you, Luca, and Dad, wherever you are. We're okay. We turned your worst mistake into our greatest gift. See you in the next one.